Let's cut a few. What we could do is bring these, so again, these are mine onto here. So it's just to give you the idea as to, how they work. Again, always conscious that there might be new crafters watching, so you've maybe not seen this style before. So this is how mine's come when I get to work with them beforehand. So I've got my script, my contemporary and my traditional words. I'm going to go with the traditional words. So let's bring this one in just like this. And what we're going to do is let's bring this one in, and they are, of course, they're going to be back to front because of the way the die cut. So you can see, congratulations, happy. Let's just have a look, and then let's just see. So we've got especially, and then we've got for, and take that one off. So this is where, I'll show you just close up in a minute, you get your 2 dies in each, and then we've got for you. So these are in Christmas specific ones, but what we can do is if we bring the card that we've just done, so although we've got Merry Christmas around the edges, what then we can do is along the bottom we can then just put especially for you. So you can incorporate them with your Christmas crafting if you want. So we've got especially, and if we've got a bit, here's another bit of white, just to show you what I mean by the inside and the outside. Let's bring them round. So you've got your inside die, so you can see, there you go. So use my inky fingers in the way, but that gives you the idea there. So you've got the inside and you've also got the outside there in die. Take that way. So we'll keep it along the white and the red. So let's take our white glitter card. So the white glitter card we're going to use as the back. Let's just see it, dropping that one just as well. I found it. So there we go. So we've got this one. So there's especially, and we've got for, and we've also got you. So let me just take just a wee bit of tape just to hold these down, simply because they're quite small. I just want to make sure that they are down. Of course, it is a glitter card, although it's non-shed. You might still find that your tape won't hold it down 100%, but don't worry, just make sure that it's down as much as it can, run that through. What we could have done, of course, as well, is especially for you, we could have die cut that in the Centura Pearl at the same time, but it's night time, we've had a busy day and I just wasn't thinking. So we'll do that separately. So let's pop these ones out so you can see now. So I take these ones, so there's the backdrop for especially. So if I just sit that in, well, maybe not in the back of my hand, but there you go. So you can see there, that's the outline for especially. So especially, we've got for, and then we've got you. Well, that was for, and the other one was you. So set them to the side, like that. Then what we can do is bring the plates in again, bring in our actual words, so especially for you. What you can do as well, another good one, if you like to have a bit of a stencil effect or background, you could be using the waist as well. So if you line them up properly, now what you could be doing, I know you can't obviously tell that says especially for you, but you could be layering that onto your cardstock, die cut the words that I'm away to do, and then pop them back in. So they're going to be in with the actual cardstock. So there's a few different ways. It just doesn't have to be the way that they are intended to be done. So let's tape that one down. And then let's tape that one down just so that we know that it's there. And then we're just going to run that through. I'm going to reverse it because we don't have to go through the edge. Now these ones here, these will go through all your really small die cutting machines like your Gemini Go. That will go through them no problem at all because they are really small. Again, good thing with the Gemini Juniors, you have the reverse function, but you have that on the large one as well. So it's you don't have to worry about die cutting one small word and you have to let that go for the 9 or the 18 seconds. Just do reverse. Pop these ones out, pull them off. So let's move these ones out the way just now. Popping these ones, so I've got my glue and I've got my pokey tool. So let's just take these ones. So we've got especially. So we've got all the wee release holes as well. Some of them are your die cut holes where like the center of the P and the E, etc. Let's take a bit of cardstock just so that you can see. So let's bring that in. So there you can see. So you've got that real delicate, elegant word in there in the traditional. There you go, especially. So there's especially. And we can then get for, and then you. So let's take this one out like this, pop these ones out like this, take that one out, make sure I don't lose the die, and then take this one. Then what we're going to do, so you can use your stick and spray if you've got the Xyron machine. Do you know something? See, when I say Xyron machine, our double-sided adhesive, I always want to say Xerox machine. Now that's like a photocopier in America. We call it a photocopier. You in America call it a Xyron machine, I believe. And it just reminds me of saying that. So I'm sure there's going to be a couple of lives where I've said Xerox machine and not Xyron. But there you go. Like you really wanted to know that, but I just thought I would tell you. So there we go. So all that I'm just doing, so you could be using your Xyron machine or your stick and spray, anything like that. But because again, we're going on to the non-shed glitter card, I would suggest just to use your wet glue. So when I say wet glue, I just mean it's like our white glue. It's like the equivalent of your PVA. So white wet glue. And that will dry into your cardstock and you know it will be in place. So there we go. So there's especially, so if I lift that up, bring that a bit, if I can get it closer without my fingers getting in the way. Let's see if I can hold it that way. There you go. So we've got especially die cut in the white Centura Pearl, and then in the back we have got it cut in red glitter. Look at that, I don't realise my hand's going out. It's actually going out of shot, and I didn't realise I was doing that. There you go, especially. There we go. Bringing that one in. Let's just get these last two done. So let's set 4. So we'll also just, let's just see if we can get that on. If you've got tweezers, you might find it easier to use them with tweezers, just in case you think it's maybe a bit fiddly, anything like that you can be doing. We're just going to set that on, press that on. If you are new to anything like our white glue or that, you can see maybe a bit of glue seeping out the edges. It does dry clear, so don't worry about that. It doesn't stay white, so I'm not too worried about any glue coming out the edges. What you can also do is either on your glass mat, tap any excess off, or if you're okay with glue on your hand, tap it on the back. By popping the glue on the back of your hand, it just means later on, once it's dried, you can have a bit of fun just peeling it off like you used to do in school. There we go. So there we go. So we have got especially for you. So that has come from the traditional die set. This has come from the traditional Core Sentiment die set. So bring this back in, the one that we've done earlier. So we've got the Merry Christmas in the Christmas font on the card. Then what we can do is especially for you. So there we go. We've then incorporated 2 of the die sets. Something that some of you may think, well, really small core sentiments, they're really essential. Just goes to show that that's now a Christmas card that we've done, and we've even been able to incorporate them as well. So I'm just going to spread them all the way across. So I'm going to start especially from one end, then you at the other end, and then what we're then going to do is take the 4 and we're going to set that and position that in the center. So that's a good way in which you can. So there we go, sit that on like that. So there we go, we'll hold that down just a wee bit longer, making sure that's center in between the 2 words. Of course, you can have them closer together if you want. It's entirely up to yourself. There we go. So that's our 2 die sets, and we've incorporated it in one. So there we go. We have got Merry Christmas, and then we've just popped at the bottom there, especially for you. And we've used the actual die cut word as well as the background, but of course you could be using the especially for you on its own without having the glitter background on the back. There you go. So that's that one there.